also following the sun out there, making happy happen with McDonald's. And we shift gears a little bit in the spirit of Christmas and giving to the needy. SK is in conversation with Hannah's Place of Safety. Sakina, this sounds amazing. I believe they give a free of charge service caring for children in need. Talk to me, what's happening?
You know, Leanne, these are the stories that you and I live for. And I must say, you know, just coming back, we are now in Greenpoint at McDonald's here in Greenpoint. And of course, we are following the sun. Hopefully it will break through. I can see some clouds trying to make way for that sun to come through. But we continue to make happy happen here on Morning Live. So... Excuse me, Leanne. It's all in the weather, I tell you. I'm trying my damnedest, but it's a happy space here at McDonald's. And as you said, we're speaking to Hannah's Place of Safety founder, Janine Fabe, right now. And just a quick bit of background to this story. I think it was about this time last year. I was at the top of Table Mountain, and I met this incredible man, Janine Fabe, and he recognized me and we started talking, and he was telling me about the incredible work that his wife Janine and of course he himself Dion do. But I'm going to let it over to Janine to tell you exactly what they do. But it's an absolute pleasure to have you here on Morning Live. Welcome, Janine.
Thank you, Sakina. Thank you for having us this morning. It's an honor to be here. So I am Janine. I'm the founder of an organization called Hannah's Place of Safety. We're based out in Mitchell's Plain, and we care for children who are in need of care and protection. So we render a service to the Department of Social Development. Yeah.
But it's more than that, Janine, because I want you to explain to people exactly what you do. And by the way, we'll show you a little later on, but this is exactly what epitomizes the work that Janine and Dion do. But how did you start Hannah's Place of Safety?
So Dion and I, we have our own children, but we always wanted to adopt a child. Long story short, we went through the whole agency process and we waited. And then parallel to that, I did some volunteer work at an organization where I met Hannah. And Hannah was all of, I think at the time, 5 days old. And, you know, basically our eyes just locked. And so when you go to an adoption agency, you do the whole check of what it is you want, whether it's a girl or a boy, etc. And Hannah was nothing. We didn't plan for Hannah in terms of what she was and who she was. But we instantly fell in love, and I spoke to the organization and I said, can I take her home just for a weekend? And because I was a host parent and everything, they said, sure, you can take her. She's the youngest and we're having an outing and she can't go along because she was too young. Took her home for the weekend, and we are talking 17 years later. So Hannah was an abandoned baby that was found under Belleville Bridge. And I think that Hannah was basically just opening up the space for everything else that followed. I was always passionate about children and caring for the little ones, and so Hannah was just the spark. She sparked it all off. So yeah, then I think Hannah was about 10 years old, and we started Hannah's Place of Safety. We named it in honor of her, but I wanted to open Hannah's Place of Safety to give other babies the same opportunity that Hannah has. And so Hannah is now a found young lady. She's 17 years old. She's going to matric next year. And she is basically the inspiration behind everything.
And 17 years later, how many other Hannahs have passed through your home?
Yes, so we are 8 years old and we have had 310 children through our home. The oldest being 16 years old at the moment, and she's with a lovely family. She's our oldest. She was our first child. She was in fact 9 years old when she came through our doors. But she's doing good and we're very happy about that. Youngest baby in the home at the moment is 5 days old.
Oh, my soul. And I tell you what, we've got one of the babies. Janine came with one of the babies. You know, you can't help but, you know, be taken by them. It melts your heart, Leanne, and everybody at home. But, you know, Janine, also, how do you do that? Because I'm sitting here thinking there's no way you can't become attached to these babies.
Absolutely, we do become attached because they stay with us for 6 months at a time. And especially the premature babies, we've got to do lots of kangarooing. And I tell you, once you put them on your chest, the bonding it's tight. It's tight. And for us, it's just about them eventually going to a good family. It makes things a little bit easier, but the tears never stop rolling. We always cry.
I can imagine. And as Janine was saying, the youngest baby now is 5 days old that they have, but she came with little Alexandra, and we were talking off screen, and you were telling me Alexandra weighs now 2.3 kilograms, so she was premature. But just give us a little bit of background, because I think this epitomizes the work that you do.
Yes, so Alexandra is a baby born from a mom who was using heroin, and she was doing the heroin intravenously, so she was injecting, and Alexandra is a product of substance. So Alexandra still has to go through all the withdrawal symptoms, which she currently is. There's lots of shakes and there's sweating, just like an adult when you're going through a withdrawal process. And so these are the type of children that we work with that actually go through the withdrawal process, and they do have challenges. With premature babies, they have eye issues, and then you also have to kangaroo and watch the weight and make sure that they are being cared for holistically.
Janine, Dion, thank you so much for the work you do. And we have little Alexandra here. And oh man, she's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how they're going to give her back. But this is little Alexandra and the fabulous work that Dion and Janine do at Hannah's Place of Safety. And they're based in Mitchell's Plain. So we're here at McDonald's making happy happen. And hopefully you'll help us to make happy happen for little Alexandra and other babies. And of course, we are going to come back. And when we come back, we also have some Springbok stories to talk about. And we've got comedians, we've got city representatives, much more. Making happy happen as we're on the road here with McDonald's at Cape Town. So we'll be back later.